Okay, so this is something that has bothered me for a very long time, so forgive me if you see too much emotion. But I'm a long distance runner, and I don't know if there are others here in the room, but there's a common problem we have, especially if you're a female long distance runner. You are supposed to hydrate when you run those distances, but there's nowhere to pee. And it's like, do people not yet know that when women when we imbibe fluids, eventually we need to pee? And I'm talking like, this is even like organized races. Like I did a 75-kilometer race once, and I asked the organizers, because usually before the race starts, I ask questions like that, like, have you made allowances? Because then that determines how much liquids I allow myself to consume. And they're like, oh no, you can just face away from the road, because for those distances it's usually mostly men. And they're like, no, we just face away from the road. And I'm like, do you know that I can't do that? And then you come to a new city. I always love to start my day with a nice long run. So every morning I will do at least 6 miles. But I'm forced to run the same courses or paths because I know where the restrooms are for that. And one of the beauty of part of the beauty of being able to run outside is to kind of explore your city, try new paths. And sometimes the reason why I don't is because I don't know if there are going to be restrooms there when I need one, because I also want to be able to hydrate. And so I don't know why nobody has created this, or if it's there. I've never seen it. We're sending people to Mars and to the moon, and we haven't fixed this yet. And so basically what this does is wherever you are, you can just enter your zip code or enter a street address. I think a street address is more accurate just because a zip code can be quite wide, but if I need to use the bathroom now. And it's not just for runners. If you are a pedestrian, if you're a parent with a toddler that suddenly wants to pee, and you just don't have enough time, an opportunity to just enter a zip code. And so as an example, right now we are at 98104. There is a public library next to us. And so it should come up with, you can go to the, it's accessible, it's free. And so something that can allow you to just identify. And it's called, I don't know, the name hasn't changed. I think I changed the name after I submitted the link. It's called the Twinkle. Because restroom finder was just too, I don't know. You may not want. Yeah, Twinkle is cuter. So that's the app. This was really fun to do. Like I don't have any coding experience, so it's really nice to create something.
A few questions. So you said first time using any kind of coding platform.
And my expectations are very low.
Yeah. What was like the thing that surprised you the most, and what was the thing that was the hardest?
I think so. I'm a product manager actually, and I build AI-powered tools for attorneys. And I'm a prolific user of all the commercial AI apps, and so I know that you're supposed to give detailed prompts to get like a good output. And for this, because I wasn't really quite sure how to start, so my first prompt was actually quite short. I just said, create an app that allows me to locate the closest restroom with just the zip code, and it was just that's it. And already produced something that was pretty close to good. It was this minus the street address, and even that was good enough. And I was already a little surprised that just with that, I already had something functional. So yeah, I think I was most surprised by how quickly I already saw something that was so good the first time. Because usually, your first draft is something that is so basic that you still kind of have to optimize and optimize. I think with this, I only maybe had 2 or 3 more prompts after to get to this. So I think from the first prompt, I was a little surprised that it was already something functional. And I just had minimal things that I had to do to make it look great. Sure.
Did you have to give it specific access, like API access to any particular data sources, or is it the public raw database?
That's a great question. So somebody who was at the table with me had already asked it for access to publicly available data, and one of the options was something called OpenStreetMap, just one word. And so I just said integrate OpenStreetMap data. And with that, I was able to then enter a zip code, and it would already find, it was already able to find. And so I guess now with this, I might want to, enhance the app with maybe more reliable data, or maybe I might try to, get other data sources. But with just that, that was enough to get me this.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, there's another question.
Sure.
This is really, sorry. This is really more about what if she wants to change some features of this after you publish it? What's the, do you have to go back in?
So that's actually what I did. I changed the name to Twinkler, and I'm guessing if I had wanted that to show here, I should have sent it. I guess maybe it's a different URL.
No, same. You just click publish again.
Okay,
like
I guess
update.
I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so on my on the laptop, it's the laptop I was using. It's called the Twinkle now. So I guess you can go back and make changes. You just have to publish it again. I just didn't know that I had to do that.
So you just ask more questions and it creates more features.
Oh, I just said change the name to Twinkler. You
Okay.
can just
Thank you.
something else.
Cool. Thank you.
This is my website. It's called Vela, Empowering Women in Sports. And the purpose of it is if you're interested in sports, you get to go on it and put in. So I uploaded a bunch of sports into this category. So you kind of pick your sports. So for example, I love rock climbing. I know a lot of people in Seattle love rock climbing. So I would choose rock climbing, and then I would select my role type. So say I'm a rock climbing lawyer, I would choose law, and then I can choose any type of job I'm in my city. So Seattle, right there. And then I would search, and it will connect you with other people. It's specifically made for women, but other people that are involved in the sport that you are involved in. So it connects athletes and anybody. But yeah, I just really like sports, and that's why I made it. And then each of these have their own little page. So it's just a way to get people connected, specifically women in the field of sports. So yeah, I don't know why the name just changed to Candle.
I don't know. For some reason, the Google Translate thing popped up.
Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, that's my website.
About how many tokens did you use for this?
It said I had 7 million.
Left. Yeah.
Maybe I used 3 million.
Yeah, you used 3 million. Okay. Tell me a little bit about your iteration process. So using 3 million tokens, you obviously did a few different prompts, right?
So I started out with just a really simple prompt, and then I adjusted it as I went, and I kept uploading a lot of names and things like that to, here there's a ton of categories, so I was kind of extending those categories, and I even uploaded a picture to kind of get this aesthetic look. But yeah, so I think that probably took a lot of tokens as well. But yeah.
And is your first time using a vibe coding platform?
This kind of thing, yes. I mean, I've used AI before, and I've coded a little bit before, so I don't know. I use ChatGPT for that, so.
Cool. What would you do next if you had more time?
I don't know. I think I would input maybe more data, like pictures or do you mean as another website?
No, just how would you improve it with more time?
Pictures, maybe information about athletes, female athletes, and I would maybe more connect gyms and that kind of thing. That'd be cool.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the question was already posed, optimized for whom?
For the angler, of course. So my name is Kai. I retired in 2016. And I spent a lot of times in the summer, from about August until about now, catching salmon out in the Puget Sound. And so as an angler, one of the things that you're always asking is where is the fish? So one of the ways that we actually, as anglers, figure out where the fish is sometimes by taking a look at the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife. They actually have these things called creel reports, and they have fish counters at various public ramps across the Seattle and basically across the entire Puget Sound area. That kind of captures how many fish people are catching, what type of fish they are, and you can see kind of trend data. But sometimes that data is pretty hard to consume. And so what I wanted to do was kind of have a viewpoint with regards to where are the fish, where are people catching more fish or less fish across the entire sound, because as you know, the salmon actually move from up north from the ocean all the way down through possession, kind of the places up north around Everett, Edmonds, and then kind of eventually make their way down here. Some of those salmon go to Bainbridge Island, others might go into Ballard Locks, and so I'm always, as an angler, trying to figure out where the salmon is. So I created this app basically to take a look at, using that public information, where the salmon might be located. And it sure would be nice if Macs actually had like touch screens, but so what I would do is I would use this ramp information, and I can actually go deeper into, say, the Kingston ramp and figure out what is the catch rate, how many fish people are catching, the success rate, how many anglers are actually catching a fish versus getting skunked, and also more data above with regards to things like what is the trends over time, what kind of salmon are being caught, and so that kind of information across that allows me to really kind of target where I want to go when I go out on the day fishing. So that's kind of the purpose of this app, and it was pretty cool, I thought, to actually build something in a very, very short period of time. Probably spent half an hour trying to figure out how to actually get on the site and logged in. But yeah, it was pretty impressive how quickly I could build an application using public data.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Guy, first of all, you and I have to go fishing. Second, how did you get it to scrape the WDFW website?
You know, I just so basically my prompt was create a kind of a fishing application using the WDFW crew reports. That was my prompt, and it spitted out something that was more like table format, that was kind of ugly but had some pretty good data. And then I just I just kind of refined the prompts and say, hey, can you put a graphical overlay on that? Can you expand the area to Edmonds and Everett and kind of outside of the Seattle area? It had a lot of freshwater data, like lakes and stuff. I said, oh, I don't want that information. So just that continued refinement allowed me to kind of get the application to a state that I kind of liked in half an hour. Yep.
So since you're a fisherman, and since I know you go out quite often, how
pretty much every day.
So how accurate is the data that
I would say the data is okay accurate. I think I feel like the trend data is a bit sus right now. It's showing information that I know is not correct. Like, for instance, it's saying, hey, king salmon fishing is great right now. It's illegal to catch king salmon right now. So I know that there's something dodgy about some of the data, but it is what it is in that short period of time.
It's an hallucination.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Otherwise, you've coded before?
A very, very long time ago. So I had a engineering degree, but I was doing things like C++ and
so first time using like a
Exactly.
coding tool.
Exactly.
What was your impression using that versus
that was
writing code?
really impressive, because if I was really writing code, I would have written about 3 lines of code. It would have had a gazillion bugs in it when I tried to compile. So the fact that I was able to create this thing in that short period of time was something that looks pretty cool and is directionally correct. And using public information, kind of scrape, that's pretty impressive.
Cool. Yeah, thank you.
So I got, I guess, more consistent with working out a couple of years ago, and since then I have spent a lot of money on coaches to create workout programs for me, as well as different apps for tracking my workouts, sometimes not in the same place. So I have currently a coach that I pay on one app and then another app that I use to track my workouts. So I created this app to unify the two and basically fire my coach. So this app is a workout coaching app that will create a customized workout program for you based on your workout goals. And then it also has the ability to track the workouts. So you can actually use it to do your workouts. And then it stores that history and uses it to refine your workouts in the future. Some random stuff. Get going. And then you can select your goals, whether you want to lose weight, build muscle. I'm going to choose build muscle. And then how many times you want to work out per week, duration, and then equipment you have available. So I'm just going to select these four. And yeah, so based on this, it will generate my custom workout program. So as you can see, I have 3 workouts for 45 minutes each. And then here I can actually like do the workout. So if I do this, let's say 10 reps, this is the set. I complete the set, and I didn't even ask it for rest time. It incorporated that. But yeah, you can just keep going. And I'm just gonna close this so we don't have to go through the whole thing. But it does have like a section where you can see, I haven't finished a workout now, so there's nothing in here, but you can see the history. Since I haven't finished a workout, I don't know how this is gonna work, but like part of what I wanted to do is to be able to show me like what I did last time, what I go the next time. So if I'm doing I don't know, remember the exercise that I was just looking at, but like if I want to do it again, I want to see what weight I used the last time, how many reps, etc. So I guess like if I needed to keep iterating on that, that would be one of the things I would do, and then maybe like also have it be able to customize a bit more. So like if I wanted to swap out exercises within the workouts, things like that. So yeah, I was very surprised by how much it was able to do. I probably did the least of all the people that have presented. I literally gave it one prompt. It was like 2 or 3 sentences, and it created this whole thing. I haven't even I didn't tweak anything. So I'm shocked, honestly. This is great, and I would definitely be using it. I think like it still has. There's a couple things that I would tweak, but like this like fully satisfies what I need. So like it's amazing.
Questions? So first time using any kind of coding tools.
Yeah, first time.
What would you add next?
I think probably some of the customization pieces. So like to be able to swap out some workouts, and then also I think that's probably the main thing. And then I don't know, like what I mentioned about like being able to see the history in the workout as I'm doing it would also be helpful. And then I guess I don't see it here, but like if I wanted to see like track my progress, like maybe see a chart of how many workouts I've done, how I'm progressing over time. So those are just like things I've seen in apps that I already use that like if I can create it for free, then yeah, that's so cool.
Awesome, thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Milendra. So we were discussing, as the group from the best business school, the Yale School of Management, we were wondering what would be the best idea. And we thought that everybody here works probably in an office or has worked in an office, and we all want to sound smart, but we don't know how to sound smart. So we present to you Jargon Not, basically a one-stop shop app where you can put a situation and it can present you a jargon or a phrase that you can use to sound smarter at work. But it also does another thing. For those who don't know what a phrase means, it even provides you with the definitions of what that is. So it's a pretty simple UX. We have a couple of prompts that we could use, and we can try. So what you could do is you can actually go to the phrase library
and it can give you a bunch of different phrases that you could use. And I want to say I've been collecting these for the last 3 years at work. So these are actual phrases I've heard. And I've trained this based on 90 phrases that I had in my phone. And Charlie and Diana can attest for that one. You can also submit a phrase. So it does crowdsourcing. So you can actually go there and add your own phrase that you might have heard. And once you add that in, you can even join the leaderboard. You can become a top contributor to Jargon Not. So you can see that Diana and me have been the top contributors so far, but we welcome more. You can even search the things that are trending. So if you want to be cool at work, you can go back to the trending search bar. So let's try and see if it works. So describe the situation. Does anybody want to give a prompt? Or should I?
Oh, my boss said, whose neck do I choke?
Well, we can add that as a contributor.
Okay.
So I'll put one in. So like in a situation like there was something that happened to me at work today. So I'm just going to describe it. I'm going to say like when someone tries to involve you in their problem. Right? So situation sounds familiar. So let's see what Jargon Not says. All right, so it gives you a bunch of different phrases that you could use. And you can try any of these. And if you don't know what they mean, you can actually go to show details and it'll give you an idea. And personally, I like this one. Not my circus, not my monkeys. I think it's a Polish, it has Polish origins. So if anybody wants the background on it. But that's pretty much it. So that's the app. It's built for dropping wisdom in meetings, but not for boiling the ocean. So that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm glad you left this up.
Feel the spark, let it glow. Ideas rising, watch 'em